you give an experiment to recreate the Big Bang?
Probably not.
What? Okay. That's
No, we
weird,
don't know
isn't
how
it?
to make universes. I knew that's exactly where this is going. It's hilarious.
Kind of weird, isn't it?
What's weird? That you don't get how science works?
That we use testable, repeatable,
It has been tested and repeated.
but you can't provide me an experiment. I just asked you if you would be
Yeah,
able
we,
to train
we build scientific instruments, we look deep into space, and then we repeatedly find observations, tested, repeated, and observed phenomena that are completely consistent with the Big Bang model.
But we've never recreated it.
That's great. So, let's play pretend. I'm going to play... I hope you will play pretend with me. A murder has been solved. Okay. Could you think of a way we could solve this murder?
I'm not sure what you're trying to get. Obviously, there's ways to solve the murder.
Okay, go ahead. Give me some examples.
You investigate.
Murder someone in a controlled setting and
No. Don't give away the ending.
How would do that?
How would we solve this murder?
You would investigate.
Okay. So what would that investigation include?
I'm not sure why we're correlating a murder though with recreating an experiment to
I promise after about 3 minutes you'll know exactly why we're doing this. I also guarantee that you'll still double down, but we're going to get there anyways. So how would we solve this murder?
You would investigate.
And what would the investigation involve?
Fingerprints.
So we would collect evidence?
Correct.
Okay. At what point during the investigation do we recreate the murder?
There's a lot of times that they do that in order to understand it.
Yeah, so at what point do you recreate the murder?
The actual murder?
Yeah.
Never.
I think he might have gotten that.
But
So in other words, we can prove that something happened by collecting evidence that is congruent with the particular idea about this thing and the specific details about it, and we don't have to recreate the actual event.
okay, but it seems
No, not
that-
okay, but that's how it works. And that is largely how we do a lot of the science that we do. In fact, I can just simply claim, because photons have to hit your retina and then your brain has to process them, literally every single thing that you do has to involve interpreting evidence that occurred in the past. None of it's there anymore. So I could just flippantly claim, none of that's actually you're just trying to extrapolate stuff in the past and it's never going to work actually.
But it seems that the so-called science.
No, it's not so-called science. Astronomy is an extremely rigorous and well-researched field.
I completely agree that the stars and the sun and the moon are important regarding this Earth that we live on.
Yeah, and we know things about them, including how old they are.
But it seems that the science that's claimed to show this Big Bang and this evolution, there's nothing that's no experiment to recreate.
You know
any
who
of it.
doesn't feel the way you feel? Scientists. Now, why do you think that is?
It's not about a field, though, here.
Yes, it is about a feel. Your argument, you literally framed it as I feel like.
Down to demonstrating and repeating and actually having things to verify your hypothesis.
Open all the prisons, everybody. Let all the murderers free. We cannot reproduce any of these events. Oh, crap. We lost at the end of that game? Damn. Free all the murderers. 1024 CR said so. Free all the murders. No murder can ever be proven.
Why are you changing the subject here?
I'm not changing the subject.
Yeah.
No, we're talking about epistemology, and I'm just advocating for something that's consistent with your worldview. Free all the murderers, everybody.
I asked for evidence to show this hypothesis. And
We
it
live
seems
in an
that
expanding universe. Do you agree or disagree?
Disagree.
Do you think the Earth is flat?
It's a topographical plane.
Show the evidence for that.
We could have just shortcut to that part.
Yeah, next time lead with that. But anyways, show your evidence.
Evidence for what?
That Earth is a topographical plane.
Well, it seems if I go outside my
I
front
didn't
door-
ask you for your feelings. I said you to provide evidence.
So the evidence that I'm going to be able to provide you is my own evidence. That's the only evidence that I'll ever be able to verify and 100% tell you this is what I observe in the reality that I'm living.
So,
Okay.
again, do you think our justice system should work that way? Judge, we have a confession from the murderer. We have the murder weapon. It has his DNA on it. Judge, well, I wasn't there, so... Mr. Lawyer, with your fancy lawyer speak, why don't you take your evidence and get out of here? This is fucking stupid.